yeah, Max and I had a match. I'm never one to talk about my own game. I really hate talking about my own game, but I did beat him in match play, which was fun. Now, whatever. I didn't want to do it. My friend made me get him signed $100 bill that he paid me
And
after.
speaking of that too, I know I saw on your Instagram you played with Max Homa. Did you say you played with John Rahm at Silverleaf, or did you just meet him?
Yeah, we were just out there, just got to meet him. I did play with Max though. Max is an awesome guy. He's as cool in real life as he is on the internet.
Love it.
And that was at Whisper Rock right down the road. And yeah, that was a big day for me. He kind of put on basically, gosh, it was an all-in challenge for when they were raising money for, I believe, COVID relief. And one of my sponsors was the highest bidder, won us a package to go out and play this with Max and like do some waste management open stuff. And yeah, Max and I had a match. I'm never one to talk about my own game. I really hate talking about my own game, but I did beat him in match play, which was fun. Now, whatever. I didn't want to do it. My friend made me get him signed $100 bill that he paid me after, and
Ooh,
that felt
gotta
so
keep
corny.
that.
I was laughing. It was good. It was a good confidence booster. You know, the more guys I play with that are out there, you realize that, you know, you can do it as well. And I think it just comes down to playing well at the right time. Of course, they're really good. And when the lights are on, right, it was a Tuesday with Max. Maybe he wasn't fully focused. I get that. You know, I can pull the imposter syndrome for myself if I wanted, but I get that when the lights are on, these guys are really good. But also, you know, I encourage people to not let anyone get too much of it, like to look at them as too much of a star or put them on too much of a pedestal, because we're all capable of like a lot. I really try to empower people and make them believe in themselves. I got some good friends that have really made me feel like I can do anything I want. And I think we can. Like these people we look up to, the more and more that I meet them, I'm grateful for it. But also at the same time, I'm like, all right, if they can do it, I can do it. You know, and that's kind of how I try to carry myself. Just like you have big goals with your podcast. I love that. I mean, when you reached out to me, I was like, yo, this guy has in his bio that he wants to be the Joe Rogan of golf. Like, that's cool. He set the intention, shooting for the stars. That's the type of people that I want to be around.
I love that, man. Well, keep that inspirational attitude forever, because that is needed in life, but definitely with this game, especially if you're as a professional. But love that. I hope people can really resonate with that, because it is easy to do. You know, when you're playing golf with people that are better than you, it's easy to say, oh, that's just them, or I'm not going to make it there. But you know, all it takes is some practice and the right mindset, and you know, all of a sudden you'll impress yourself. And it's kind of funny because I don't know if you found this, but it's like you'll do something on the golf course and then you'll do something else in your own life, that maybe career or something else, and you're running the marathon that you got, and you're like, huh. And it's funny how there's like these similarities between doing really well in golf or other parts of life, and they kind of switch over and kind of can feed you a little bit of optimism and positivity from time to time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Noticed you were out here as well for what looked like one of the coolest tournaments of all time. So I had to ask you about that, because I think most golfers would be pretty surprised to hear about some of the perks of this tournament. So was it the member guest at Silverleaf?
Yeah, member guest at Silverleaf. I have become friends with Ben Herman, who owns Silverleaf, and he knows how to host a golf event. That's for sure. The people had a blast. I mean, there was a private Ludacris concert on the last night, which Luda put on a good show. The course was in amazing shape. The food was amazing. He had just so many things set up after each round. Wiffle ball. I got to watch John Rahm trying to hit a baseball, and that was pretty funny. He should definitely stick to golf. Although Wednesday we were with him and the practice round day, and he's definitely very pure. And he went and won the next week. I think there's something to be said about him and Tony Finau. Actually, were both at this member guest, and this past week in Mexico, Rahm won and Finau finished T2. And the week before, they were at the member guest, just kind of recharging their batteries, having a good time, and they went out and played well the next week. So I think that's probably not a coincidence.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it looks like the members out there are obviously just quality players. I mean, I don't know how many PGA Tour guys they got out there, but it looked cool. I was following on a few guys that are there and just a silver leaf on Instagram, and I was like, man, this is like what golf is all about. Like, it looks like obviously a phenomenal course, but all the extra stuff. I mean, when Ludacris came out, I'm like, what is this? Like, this is amazing. So yeah, a lot of props. I mean, I saw you were there. I think that's actually when I messaged you to be on the podcast, because I was like, this guy is living it up. I got to talk to him about that.
Definitely grateful for sure. It's been a lot of fun. You know, they'd say it's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. And speaking